Hello all, this is JC3 from Is This Real? Do you want to start your own podcast? Then look no further than Buzzsprout.com. We here at Green Hour Media use Buzzsprout, and we love the team at Buzzsprout. They are all about helping you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed in every major podcast platform. Follow the link in our show notes to let Buzzsprout know that we sent you. It gets you a $20 paid Amazon gift card if you sign up with a paid plan and helps support our show. Join us and over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout.com to get your message out to the world.
From the Keith Winston Careless Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Hour Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, we're going to discuss the mythology of the living statues. And now your host, JC3.
And welcome to another fantastic episode of Is This Real? And tonight's episode, you didn't do it, Eric. Damn you, Eric. Tonight's episode, thank you, Josh. Dad, wow. Tonight's episode, we were talking about living statues, as you said in the opening, Dad. As usual in the booth, I have Big Joe. You heard him in the beginning. Say hello to everyone, Dad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our program.
I have Mr. West in the booth tonight. Mr. West, say hello to our peoples.
Ohayo, konnichiwa, konbanwa, minasan.
It's a little longer this week, okay. And then we have Big Roblox next to me. Rody, say hello.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody?
And like I said, tonight we're talking about living statues, gentlemen. Now,
Living statues.
Living statues. Who's playing music? Thank you. Living statues.
I don't know where that came from.
Living statues. There's a couple definitions for living statues. We have a disease, which I'm not going to say the word because I can't pronounce it, I'll be honest.
I thought it was a job.
There is also a job that's a living statue. We're talking more the myth and the lore of living statues. And what I would like to talk about...
Oh, before you go on, let me interject. You have two different versions of the living statue syndrome. One's called encephalitis lethargica.
See, that's the one I couldn't say that to save anyone.
That's the one.
We'd all be dead.
In the early 1900s, that basically affected people. It kind of was a pandemic for about 10 years, and it affected people where they would just go into like this state of sleep, but they're awake. And, you guys can do, I don't know if are we going to touch on that or not, but... I
mean, if you want to.
And then there's another one out there. It's called, it's actually called the living statue syndrome. It's called fibrodysplasia ossifications progressiva, FOP for short. And what that does is that's a little more severe. It actually it has the malformations of the big toe and the thumbs, abnormally short toes, malformation of the upper spinal column, short and broad femoral necks, difficulty breathing due to excessive bone formation around the rib cage, and inflammation and pain during flare-ups. And it actually affects your body, where your body is kind of growing a second skeleton on the inside.
That's scary.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
I'm like looking at the X-ray. That's like mad scary. Like that guy, whoever that person is, looks like they're in mad pain, bro. Yeah. Like that shit look crazy.
Well, obviously, according to the title of our podcast, that is real. So we don't have to prove that those are real.
Yeah, no, that exists.
That exists. That is a thing.
I'm seeing the X-ray.
We seen it, as everyone would say now. We seen it.
See, I could tell you that I was there. I saw it.
Well, you weren't there. Obviously, it was the 1900s, so you weren't there per se.
You don't know that.
You were here.
You don't know that.
Okay.
You don't know what I do. You don't know what I do out these fucking doors, bro.
You time travel?
You don't know that?
Okay, Josh?
I've got nothing.
Okay. We're going to talk more about the supernatural side of the living statues. Now, granted, Eric said before, living statues is a job, and anybody has seen it. You have these people who dress up in this metallic-looking paint and just stand in the middle of not streets, but on sidewalks and stuff like that. And mostly, it's a lot more popular in the European countries than it is here.
I mean, it's out there in New York. I know.
Yeah, New York has it.
You can see it out in New York. Maybe
So-
maybe like out in Cali, those big cities and stuff.
Yeah, so there's there's a job where you are a living statue, and you sit there and you just are a statue, and people drop money into a thing. We're talking about a supernatural version of living statues. It's really, at least from the research I've seen, I don't know if anybody else has any other research to not disprove, but to say otherwise. It's more has to deal with religious religious statues.
Okay.
I read a couple that have Egyptian, but that's from like archaeology and stuff like that.
It's more of these really old statues that have to do with something, I guess, in a religious form or an Egyptian form, apparently.
Kind of like a bleeding statue or a statue that
the eyes blink,
right?
Stuff like that.
Right.
I have a couple here, and I'm not talking about, because everyone's seen these. Everybody knows. To me, it's a little bit different. But if you guys want to add it to this episode, the dolls in which they like the eyes follow you or something like that. Dolls that move. The eye, to me, that's a little different than statues.
Bring it on. Let's bring on as much as we can.
Because honestly, at that point, then we just talking about cursed objects. At that point,
yeah,
to be really honest.
See, but is it really cursed if it's a religious artifact?
I mean, if it has some type of, I guess, attachment to someone, they can make it. It could be a cursed. Anything could be cursed, bro.
I don't know. To me, I don't think it's more of curse. I think it's more of a. I mean, what they call it as, especially with religious artifacts or religious statues, they call it a miracle. They say that these are miracle statues.
That would come with belief, though, because some people.
That's different, because like at that point we gonna talk individual beliefs, because me personally, I sit here and say that I can't. Like, it's part, like, if we're gonna talk like religious belief, like it states clearly you shouldn't like worship any idols, even if it is like the same prophets and stuff. It's still, at the end of the day, you gotta just worship God. So worshiping idols is like especially these statues and stuff like that. That goes against like what I would call a miracle.
Yeah,
to be honest with you,
you're right, but you can look at that two ways too. And the other point of that, the other side of that coin is, you're really not. You're not worshiping and I believe I think anyway. This is going to be my personal belief. When they included that in the Bible in the Ten Commandments, the Ten Commandments. They kind of more or less did that because back in the back in the day there, they would make a goat out of gold and a pagan, that's how they do it. In a situation like this, when you put a statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, you're not really. It's kind of like you're not worshiping something
You're not worshiping
else.
that. You're just idolizing.
You're not even idolizing it. It's just a representation of what that your mind what that would look like. It's not like that's taking the place of God. Because if you're really devout, you know that the Blessed Virgin Mary has her place. Son of God, the wife of God, or whatever you want to put, Mother of Jesus,
Mother of Christ,
or all these other saints like Saint Christopher, Saint Joseph, Saint Mark, Saint Luke, whatever. You're not really worshiping them as God. You're worshiping them as who they are. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, you may look at it differently, and that's fine. And I believe when they mean thou shalt not. Put other gods before me.
Worship any other.
Worship. They don't want to. They don't want you to worship cows, goats, or anything else. Like say this heater is here. Oh,
Shut
God,
up.
you'll pray to the heater. You know what I mean? That's just my look on it. It's my 2 cents.
No, I mean, to be honest, it goes into the type of religion you follow, and I think that is, different religions have different objects in which they worship. Like in Catholicism, we worship the cross, and Jesus died on the cross, so we worship.
You're not really worshiping the cross. The cross is a representation. You're not worshiping that. You're worshiping what had happened on that cross.
It's more of symbolism. You're acknowledging what happened.
But I have a question.
That's what I'm trying.
My
to say.
question is, and again, I guess this is going completely off, but
no, it's really not. It's
if
right on
you
top.
sit there. And if you're thinking in the beliefs of the Catholic Church that Jesus will come down again and judge the living and the dead, right?
Right.
If you're Jesus Christ, do you want to come down and see that your followers are worshiping the thing that you got fucking hung on?
Let's put it this way.
Sorry.
Well, honestly, at that point, it's more of just like shutting people up as to like what to really come down and follow. But then again, if like when he comes down, like the whole bunch of shit is gonna be happening, bro. Like or not the dead ass, bro. Like Earth gonna be moving and shit. Like giants gonna be appearing and shit. Like it's gonna be some real not dead ass, bro. Like for real. It's like
if you have followed our podcast before, you know that we have one the born again Christian, which is not Christian, but the born again religious person is Mr. West now.
Hello.
Me and Dad, we've had sat in our beliefs, and we sit there. We don't push our beliefs on anybody. And then you have the resident atheist or non-believer.
Yeah, you know what? Don't get me started with him either, okay? Because he's another one. He's a resident atheist, but when you start talking about the demons and the ghosts, he actually came out. He was not on the fence in a couple of those shows with the demons and stuff. So by definition, he's not a full-blown atheist. Because if you believe in stuff demonic.
And not to speak for him, and he told us that he acknowledges that there's a higher being out there. Like you said it yourself, bro.
First of all, fucking when?
I'll narrate it. Josh just lost his shit.
Eric just lost his shit. He stood up. And,
like what?
I've always said
if. Like, go back.
We will dig this up. I've said, Joey, your job for this week is to go scanning the rest of these fucking episodes.
Well, I have somebody covering it right now, and I'll ask them. I'm like, what has Eric?
We need an
archivist. What has Josh said about God in these episodes?
We need an archival person.
We don't have the budget for that right now. Sorry.
I'll dig through them episodes and pinpoint it exactly.
It was
episode boom at time frame.
He said episode boom.
Nah, but it all and how we're all ties back to like the whole moving statue miracle thing, like. People, I guess, claim that they've seen that stuff has happened. Like,
well, see, the funny part is, I have in front of me, I have 10 religious statues that have moved, and the stories behind them. Most of them are in our time frame, in which we can record them, and there's been video evidence of these moving statues. Again, but it's hard because again, you have to sit there.
Especially with technology nowadays, because someone could edit that and make it
exactly, and you have to sit there and you have to look at it like
that's the dark side of the whole thing. You're never gonna, even if you would. Some of it looks still not gonna be enough.
Some of it looks fake, but then you have like the reports from that area in which you have the person behind the camera, and then you have 10 or 15 other people saying they saw exactly the same thing in that area. So you could sit there and say, it could be a mass. Like, all these people are in on it, or it could be that what we're seeing is actually
it could just
real.
It could just be the local town's lore of fucking with people, but in a way just like to keep like some type of culture alive, and you never know, man.
Well, okay, but I'll get into the statues and we'll debate whether or not. Before we get into that, we're going to take a short little break, and then. We'll get into talking about whether we believe these stories or not. So we will be right back.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Hey, Ryan. Hi, this is Sarah Palin.
Ryan, Donald Trump Jr.
Harsh to win, see you. Hey, everybody, I want y'all to check out a fellow Marines podcast.
My name is Ted Nugent, and I got a call from my buddy Ryan F. Samuels, and he wants me to tell you that he's a working hard, playing all-American son of a who is celebrating God, family, country.
Welcome to the Ryan Samuels Show, one of the top political podcasts in the United States, where we have a healthy distrust for government and mainstream media. The Ryan Samuels Show is a raw, unfiltered look at American politics.
Hello, hola, konnichiwa. I have a very important question for you. Is this real? That's the motto of our weekly podcast. We question everything from the paranormal to conspiracies, even the extraterrestrials. There's no topic we won't dive into. So tune in and listen to our show every Sunday at 8 p.m. And remember, folks, question everything.
And welcome back. So, we're talking about living statues, right? And we have examples about living statues. Now, again, we're debating if these living statues, and if you believe in them, whether they believe in faith or not. And I feel like most of these living statues, moving statues, bleeding, whatever the fuck you want to call them, has a lot to do with faith. And even, I think, with the Egyptian stuff, because I know you got some Egyptian stuff over there, Josh. Even with that has to do with a lot of religious beliefs also.
No, not really, actually. So, real quick before you get into yours, the one I've been reading about is about two basically statues of, I believe it's, I'm not even sure if I'm saying this right, Rahotep, and I believe his wife, Queen Nofret. So please forgive me, Nofret, if I'm butchering this.
And Rahotep.
Yeah, because
it's just like those. You ever seen the movie Hemotep? All that.
No, I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Don't generalize. Well,
Hemotep was an actual Egyptian.
Yeah. Anyway, point being, so basically back in 1871, with this one I've been reading. They go and they find the tomb, and someone commissioned a regular person, I guess a laborer, to go into the cave with just a candle.
Nope.
Now, if you go into a cave that's completely dark with just one candle lit, I don't see how it could work out any other way than you being freaked out about two statues that look like they might be staring at you.
Yeah,
because it's dark, the light's flickering,
and they have wide eyes in the statues.
Yeah, they have very wide eyes. Like if you look at the statues,
imagine being in that tomb.
Yeah, like the queen, her face is actually wide. The eyes, eyeliner stuff is very, very
and
wide.
If you look at her statue, the king has a. Yeah,
it's weird. The king is
darker,
actually really dark skin,
and the queen is very light.
Yeah, she
white.
looks like she's pale as paper. But anyway, in the middle of the darkness was just a flickering candle.
Well, if
I
you
can
see
kind
her,
of see. Well, that's what I'm saying. I can kind of see someone getting freaked out for a second, thinking something's staring at you. But when you pull them out, you're just like, yeah, like I don't see it. Yeah. But I mean, this is something I found because
did he say that they were blinking, or did their eyes move? Or anything?
The person reported like they were freaked out and that the eyes were staring at them, and they didn't know what to do because it looked like they were staring and slightly blinking. Which I'm not going to believe that for a second because you're inside a dark ass cave with flickering candlelight. Come on now.
I wouldn't even be in the cave.
But mentally, if you go in a situation like that,
he's an archaeologist at that point.
No, he was a laborer, bro. They told his ass to go and say, just check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't even the archaeologist?
No. That's the funny thing.
You're going to be scared going in there anyway, and your mind's automatically going to take it to wherever.
With just a candle?
Yeah.
Hell no.
No, but your mind is going to take it wherever. Like Josh said, you're going to see something even if it's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mind is going to see it, and then it's going to portray itself on the thing. I think where the difference comes in is, seeing something like that can go either way. But when you see a statue that's bleeding blood from its eyes,
that's totally different scenario.
Totally different there.
Well, yeah, and that's what most of these religious artifacts.
Right. Well, you said you got some over there. What do you got?
Yeah, so I have. These are 10 stories of cases of either bleeding statues or moving statues, and again, they're mostly religious. Number 10 is Our Lady, and it was in Ballinspittle, Ireland, 1985. Beginning in the summer of 85, Garda Police Sergeant John Murray would receive numerous reports of a moving statue nicknamed Our Lady by those who had witnessed the apparent miracle at the side of a road in the small market town of Ballinspittle. By the time his wife began informing him of accounts she had heard, hundreds of people had descended on the small Irish town looking to see the divine act for themselves. Although skeptical at the time, when Murray went to see the statue for himself, he too witnessed a bizarre incident. Speaking of his experience 30 years later, Murray stated, in July 85, I saw something physically impossible at that grotto. I saw a concrete statue of Our Lady floating in mid-air. Dozens of other people have made similar claims. Many people still visit the area today, and while some claims of seeing the statue move or even visions of Jesus still surface, most use the area as now a sacred place to pray. Incidentally, skeptics, of whom there are many, maintain that it is a simply trick of the light that makes the statue appear to move.
That's exactly what a non-believer would say.
Joshua. That's basically what you say with the Pharaoh. It was a trick of the light, the flickering candle.
That actually was.
Especially on the top. Well, no, yeah, that one actually, that one's actually like valid. Like the light, the darkness, all that. Like trust me, your eyes will play tricks on you with that shit. But that place, they made that place a sacred place to pray, bro.
Yes, the Catholic Church, the Vatican actually came and made it a sacred.
Well, we can't go all that. We can't go all that either.
I'm just saying that's what they did. Number 9, the Virgin Mary moves lips in prayer, Sydney, Australia, 2015. Now I have the video here, but the video is not really playing very well. But in July 2015, reports came out of Australia claiming that a painting of the Virgin Mary in St. Charbel's Church in Sydney moved its lips in sync with prayer. Many parishioners swore to have seen the divine act with their own eyes, with one person, Christian Koritz, even managing to film the incident. She claims she and 2 friends all saw the lips moving on the congregation prayed. As the congregation prayed, and when she uploaded the footage to social media, many like-minded Catholics agreed with her and praised the footage as a miracle. Others, however, claimed to be a hoax of sorts.
Hold on a minute. I'm watching that video. I got it full screen right now. And I can see what they're saying. Even though it moves a little bit, the thing, to me, it looks like her mouth is moving.
But I've watched that video too, and I don't know if you've seen that video, Josh.
No.
Eric, are you looking at that video right now?
Yes.
So I have a question. At least from the video. Now, granted, it's different in real life. But from the video, doesn't it look like it's just pixelated? And that's my problem with more of these videos. When I look at it, they just look pixelated.
No, I can honestly tell you, I'm seeing it. Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me. It looks to me like her mouth is fucking moving, ever so slightly.
I mean, it could be that. It could be also, what's it called? Because you mentioned something, and then you tell someone else to like, yo, look for this. Like, you're gonna,
and
like,
people are gonna look for it.
Your mind is already gonna look for it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm seeing it move with my own eyes too. Like, I'm seeing it.
But that's the thing. Like,
I would like to have clearer video.
You would think in 2015. Granted, it came from a cell phone video.
I would like to be there in person to see that. To be honest with you,
exactly.
I need to be there in person to see that for myself.
Well, others, however, claim to be a hoax of sorts, insisting that the movement of the camera combined with the lighting in the church gave the impression that the lips were moving.
And you'd have to give them that until you actually have either clearer video, or like Wes said, get in there and see it for yourself.
So all 3 of the witnesses, as you might imagine, assure skeptics that what they saw was not just lighting. Another parishioner, George Ackeray, went on to claim that he too had seen this phenomenon himself and had also filmed it. For their part, the church involved stated that they believe the footage to be an optical illusion and not a miracle.
Okay,
so even the church is saying it.
Again, this is something. I mean, on the video, if it gun to my head, I'm going to say yes, because I see it on the video, but I'm not there in person.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why what I said before. I don't know if it was on air or during air. If you see it in the video, and then you have multiple people sit there and say, that's exactly what we saw. And you have 2 separate groups of people that have, like, even though they're in the same area looking at the same thing, they don't know each other. And you have a whole congregation saying, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck we saw too. Do you sit there and go, okay, maybe it's a light trick or the video trick? Or do you sit there and go, well, if these people saw it, and obviously during the congregation, this man who's over here had pulled out his phone to say, wow, that's peculiar. The painting is moving. And then you had this girl over here saying, wow, that's peculiar.
Well, that's what we mean. I mean,
so you have 2 separate people looking at the same thing and saying, well, I should pull out my camera because the painting is talking.
It can go either way at this point until you have something more concrete. And like Rod, you said, you got to be there to see it. If you're there to see it,
if I'm there to see it, you have proof for yourself. You don't have proof for the world.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't matter at that point. You're the only one you got to worry about. If you're trying to prove it to the world, you're never going to prove it to the world. Just like ghosts. I get 1 million people to sit there and give you all these. I can give you videos of shit moving and everything, and you're going to find somebody that's going to be skeptical. And remember what they say in ghost hunting, there's never enough proof for a skeptic. I mean, there's way too much proof for a believer.
True.
So.
All right, so number 8, the Our Lady of Fatima statue grows taller, Subang Jaya, Malaysia in 2015. So in October 2015, a small church in Malaysia was the focus of hundreds of people who flocked to the area in hopes of seeing the Virgin Mary coming alive. Many witnesses, including several church officials, claim to have seen the Our Lady of Fatima statue grow taller, smile at them, and even cry before them. The statue inside the grotto at St. Thomas Church in Subang Jaya apparently first moved during a blessing ceremony being performed in its honor. According to those present, the fiberglass statue turned to porcelain before their eyes and also grew 8 centimeters, 3 inches taller. Other accounts tell of parishioners singing Ave Maria, to which the statue smiled and moved her lips with them. Further to this, the statue was full of life before them, even watching them with eyes full of tears. When the report made international press, the told the media that they were awaiting confirmation from the Vatican as to whether they had seen what they had seen was a miracle.
And this is in 2015.
Can we not brush the fact that he said the Turk?
Fuck you. My mouth's a little dry right now. Blow me. What, Dad?
And this is 2015.
Yes.
All I'm going to ask for, if it's in the 2015s, just give me a video.
I have a picture?
Yeah, I got a picture to it. It's not showing you shit.
Yeah, it's not really
if you
showing.
can tell me it's turned into stone, it's turned into this, turned into that. Again, it's a story without proof. It's just a story.
True. So this is the one I was talking about before. Number 7 is the Virgin Mary weeps oil. And Tarshiha, Israel. So it wasn't in Italy. My bad. Huh? Whatever. In 2014. So the small town of Tarshiha in Tarshiha.
I don't think there's an N in there.
There's not?
No.
Because I'm
It's
looking.
T-A-R-
I'm looking at it from a distance. My bad.
Shiha. Tarshiha.
How many times I
Or
gotta tell you,
Tarshiha.
Mr. West, get closer?
Or put glasses on. In northern
No, I'm not
Israel,
trying to make my vision worse.
near the Lebanon border, witnessed thousands of Christians flock to a small house in the area in the early months of 2014. The reason for this sudden pilgrimage was a statue of the Virgin Mary in the home of Osama Khoury, I guess, Khoury, which for unexplained reasons had begun to weep oil. Even more remarkable is that Khoury's wife, Amira, claims the statue actually spoke to her, telling her not to be afraid.
I gotta believe that, because right there, whenever they appear to you and say "be not afraid," that's the truth right there.
The Khoury's first noticed the bizarre phenomenon after returning home to find the statue completely covered in oil. After wiping the oil away, parts of the statue still appeared slick, but it wasn't until they saw the oil come from Mary's eyes that they understood what was happening. A neighbor also witnessed the statue weeping oil, and in no time at all, news of the incident had spread like wildfire. At the time the couple spoke to the media in 2014, they claimed that over 2,000 people had been to their home in the previous 7 days alone. See, now that's a COVID risk. I'm just saying. But there is, if you look, there is a video of it actually weeping the oil. It's like a news video. Like, they caught that on video. And apparently, like I said, they for this story, I was watching it before, and I read about it. Scientists, they studied the oil coming out, and it was extra virgin olive oil with a rose scent.
Yo, shout out to God, yo, that's dead real right there, bro. That's dead as real.
The Virgin Mary statue weeps extra virgin olive oil.
First of all, we gotta acknowledge the fact that if it spoke to her and it told her, "Be not afraid," that right there, that's straight biblical shit right there. Sorry for the cursing. Anyways, But still. Anyways,
That motherfucking Mary
Nah,
was straight biblical shit.
But that as though that's real shit right there. That's real.
People
That's
listen
real
to
life.
us like, yeah, they're around the New York area. How many times you say
That's
dead
real.
ass in this
No,
podcast?
that's real shit right there.
They think we wear fucking Timbs too.
Them shits are uncomfortable. Let's just get that out the way. Them shits are uncomfortable. I don't know who the fuck said
Dad,
that.
Have you watched that video or no?
No, I'm coming up to a video now.
Okay.
We go on because by the time it boots up and everything.
Number 6.
Dad's the type to sit through the whole ad. He didn't skip the shit.
Okay, you know what? I'm freezing my dick off down here with you people. Okay.
And he just called you out.
And ladies and gentlemen, when I hit him over the head with a baseball bat that I have in the corner over here, he's going to be the weeping statue of West.
Hey yo, that should be a new. That should be the title of your new album, "The Weeping Statue of West," bro. That's lit.
That's just nah.
Anyway, number 6 is the Mary Weeps Blood, and Bolivia, 2016. So in August 2016, video footage of a statue of the Virgin Mary weeping blood appeared online. The church housing the apparently divine statue sits in the Manaripe Health Amazonian Wildlife National Reserve in the Pando department in Bolivia. According to reports, the church has declared the incident as a miracle, so the church gave the thumbs up for a miracle. Although the Vatican stated that they had not endorsed it as a miracle yet. So the church there said yes. The Vatican said, not
Has
happening.
anybody done any tests on the blood? Supposed blood?
I don't know. Can I finish the story and we'll find out?
Sure, absolutely.
Local priest Jose Luis Mamani even went on to state that he had witnessed the statue bleeding from its hands, while many parishioners also claimed to have witnessed the miracle for themselves. One of them was Ana Cristina Jimenez, who claimed she felt joyful, sad, everything. According to many of the witness statements, the blood seemed to appear during times of prayer, with streams of bloody tears rolling down the face of the Virgin Mary. Incidentally, samples of the blood were collected for analysis, although the results of any testing have yet to be declared.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Hello, nerds. Come listen to the History Nerds United podcast, and let's make history fun again. We interview today's best authors, whether they are established Pulitzer Prize winners or someone debuting their first book. Let us show you that history is not a boring class you took in high school, but a place where the best stories come from. And we don't just cover history, we also love to chat about true crime, biographies, memoirs, and so much more. So head on over to History Nerds United and let us introduce you to your new favorite book and learn the story behind the story.
History Nerds United.
Okay, well then, you know what? That's another one. Story. It's a story, and it's nice, but I don't have any video.
Well, there is a video. You just have to search it.
All right, well. I'll wait on that until there's some kind of DNA sample set on the blood from the tears.
Just imagine if that comes back as like, well, do we have like DNA samples of like Mary?
No, but
right?
it would be if it comes back as human blood. Well, then you got a problem.
Well, then the church should be arrested because they're pumping some human blood in that statue.
No, what I'm saying is if it's real blood. Well, what else could it be? If it's supposedly weeping blood, and you analyze it and it's real blood, it doesn't matter where it's coming from, as long as it's not being pumped in.
That's creepy.
Then it's real blood coming from a statue. So then you gotta believe at that point, right?
Well, so have you noticed that all these has to do with besides the number 10, it has everything to do with the Virgin Mary. These statues mostly have stuff coming out of the Virgin Mary, weeping, stuff like that. Number 5 has something to do with the Virgin Mary, too. Scented Tears of Weeping Madonna, Australia in 2002. In Perth in 2002, a fiberglass statue of the Virgin Mary began to weep scented tears when the owner of the statue, Paddy Powell, who claimed to have bought it in Bangkok in the mid-90s, announced the news to the media, thousands of people of the Catholic faith made their way to the small church. Even the Archbishop of Perth stated his belief in the authenticity of the weeping statue, further claiming that after originally having been skeptical, he saw the miracle for himself. Scientists took samples of the tears in an attempt to uncover what the substance was or what the source of it might be. However, they were unable to come to any conclusions, with x-rays of the statue finding no inner cavities or the presence of liquid. A local priest even claimed that the tears, when used as anointing oil, gave great comfort to the sick. Doug Clark, a chemist at Murdoch University, claimed he still believed the scented tears to be a hoax, although he couldn't find any proof of this. He stated that somebody had been very tricky.
You got two different problems with this. Number one,
you got a non-believer coming at it,
right? And you got somebody. He's telling you he stated that someone had been very tricky. That's nice. State your case. I could say it's been tricky too, but I'm not telling you how they did it.
All right, Red DMC, calm down.
Well, no, you can believe it, but you know what? Again, you guys, if you don't like something and you criticize something, you better have an alternative or just shut your mouth.
Yeah, man, because if you see x-ray, because if they really did take x-rays and they like showed it to him and stuff like that, he's seen the x-rays and there's like, they said no proof of fucking, I guess.
They said no cavities or liquid inside that statue.
I'm guessing a cavity would be like a punctured hole or something to show that it was like cracked and like filled with liquid or something. Then.
Yeah, or just like an opening where you can store something in there.
And I also have, from the other end of that, I have a problem with her going to the media. You go to the church, don't go to the media. You don't want this to become a circus. You want to throw this in the hands of the church and say, help me out here. What am I seeing? If indeed I'm seeing anything. Don't go to the media. That's the same thing they tell you if your house is haunted. And if you go to the media, it loses credibility.
If my house is haunted, I'm moving out of the house.
Point is, if you go to the media, it's kind of thing. People think that you're looking for attention.
You got the official approval for that one.
So number 4, again, we have another. Virgin Mary bleeds from hairline in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in 2012. While mowing his lawn in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in 2012, local resident Mr. Doan suddenly stopped dead in disbelief. There in front of him, a statue he owned of the Virgin Mary holding baby Jesus was bleeding from the temple. After checking the substance, he found it to be wet, and more to the point, the source did indeed appear to be from the hairline of the statue. His wife, Hoadone, I'm sorry, I had to take back on that one. Hoadone was also witness to the events, telling WLOX Channel 13 News that the dripping blood was a real message from God. She went on to describe how she told all of her neighbors of the miracle before they would spend the night praying in the presence of the divine statue. Dozens more believers would place themselves on the Doan's lawn, eager to see the miraculous incident for themselves. Needless to say, not everyone was as convinced, with a professor of religious studies at Louisiana University offering that the supposed miracle is more likely a result of worshippers' lifetime devotion to their faith. Essentially, they were seeing what they wanted to see and how they wanted to see it. Isn't that what belief is, though?
I guess.
So,
I'll tell you right now, I've seen some wild shit before, and I know I've seen it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? You've seen it.
So, number 3, Virgin Mary smiles, weeps healing oil in Ontario, Canada in 2010. So, another St. Charbel. That's a second St. Charbel in a different, it's in a different country. So, at St. Charbel Maronite Roman Catholic Church in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, in November 2010, a plastic statue of the Virgin Mary was the focus of the world's media and many of the Catholic faith due to the claims that she smiled down on the parishioners during the day and wept tears of healing oil at night. The former owner of the statue, Fadia Ibrahim, who donated it to the church, claimed that the miracles were simply part of Madonna's mission to bring people back to the church. She offered to the media, she wants people to pray, go back to church. As Ibrahim elaborated on the backstory of the smiling, weeping statue, it became even more intriguing. She claimed the Virgin Mary began appearing to her in visions in 2008, and after word had spread to the Catholic community, people began to travel to her home, sometimes offering gifts. One of these was a statue she eventually donated to the church, but not before acting on instructions from the statue itself to build a pedestal and display it in front of her garden. As the crowds grew larger and larger, the local authorities insisted she remove the statue for public safety reasons. This woman saw the Virgin Mary and instructed her to build a pedestal for the statue. That's what happened here. Not the first time that this has happened with the Virgin Mary, as we all know the story of Fatima. I believe it's the story of Fatima, isn't it, Dad?
Excuse me, I wasn't paying attention.
The story of Fatima, Mary appeared to the three kids. That's the story of Fatima, right?
Yeah, right. Lucy and I forget the other two.
Yeah. Number 2 is not Virgin Mary at all. Jesus Weeps in Karodia, India in 2016. In November 2016, a statue depicting the crucifixion of Jesus in the small village of Karodia near Mumbai began weeping tears. Word began to spread among the faithful communities, both near and far from the village, resulting in crowds of believers flocking to witness the miracle for themselves. Many people even tried to collect the divine tears in small cups and bowls, convinced of their holy nature and healing powers. A number of those who arrived in the small village had spent days walking in order to witness the fantastic display. The intense desire of the crowds that arrived to view the statue was such that the police had to be called to calm the faithful so they did not injure themselves in a crush as they surged forward towards the statue as it wept. As in all situations where miracles are claimed to have happened, the encounter was submitted to the Vatican so they might declare it authentic. Don't know if that happened, though, or not. And number 1, which everyone is looking at their phones and not really interested. Thanks, guys. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
No.
I'm listening, sir.
I'm here.
We're intrigued.
No, you're not. Number 1.
To be honest,
my tongue is frozen. Okay.
He wasn't scrolling, so I don't know exactly where you was at.
Number 1. Jesus moves head in Tepetitlan, Mexico.
Let's say Mexico.
In Mexico in 2017. In the small church of Santa Ana in Mexico, a member of the congregation appeared to have caught a divine act as he filmed the service he was attending in April 2017. In the background behind the vicar, a statue of Jesus on the cross is visible. Suddenly, the head moves from one side to the other, stunning the person making the film. The clip was uploaded on social media and quickly went viral, with many fellow Catholics voicing their agreement that it was indeed a miracle. That it happened during Good Friday Mass only confirmed this to them. One witness stated to local media, he, meaning Jesus, wants to tell us something. He wants something from us. Parish priest Juan Antonio Guerra Lul claimed that although the incident was something beautiful that happened, he didn't believe it to be a miracle. So much so that he had declined to report on the incident to the Vatican for confirmation. Now, I'm going to play the video, and we're looking at the video right now. Hold on. Let me turn the audio off. Sorry about that.
Holy crap.
So that's where that's where it is. Everyone listening, I think, should go and watch this video, because to me, I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Nothing has happened just yet.
No, it happens right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning.
Oh, right at the beginning? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't see it. Hold on.
Look at the head. It's looking up and then
Wait.
it tilts back down.
Oh! Oh! Did you see that, Josh?
Play it again.
Right at the beginning. Hold on.
I'm staring at it intensely. It doesn't look like this is edited right now.
Did you see it?
I think so.
Did you see it? Wait,
I
we'll
think
try
so.
it one more time. Hold on. Watch. It looks up and then down. Wait. Did you see his head move down?
A little bit. It kind of looks like it.
Yo, Eric is all in the computer
Yeah,
screen
and
right
it's
now.
not. And it's not. Yeah, I believe I agree with Eric because to me it just looks like.
And it just stays down. It's not like an animatronic or anything
Yeah.
like that.
No, it just literally moves slightly.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part. It's not like
Oh man, that's fucked up.
they zoom in.
Yeah.
You see it now, Josh? Hold on. You see it? He reverses it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That looks edited.
Oh, we have an edited right here.
I'm sorry with the way that just looked. Yeah, that seemed edited to me.
But from the beginning, though?
Yeah.
From the beginning. Well, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll have everyone, if you're listening, pause us, go look at the video. It's the Jesus Moves His Head in Mexico in 2017, because I'm not going to pronounce the name of the town, because I can't. So we'll be right back, and
I see it.
you guys, tell us what you think.
Color.
We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Anthony from Multimedia Mafia. If you love what we do and you want to know more about us, head on over to greenarrowmedia.org. On there, you're going to find links to both Multimedia Mafia show and our sister show, Is This Real?, which is all about conspiracies and aliens and all sorts of wonderful stuff like that. If you want to support us, head on over to our merch page where you can buy a hat or a mug. We have lots of different designs and cool colors. If you want to meet us, we got pictures up there. We have a little biography, and you can even stream the show right through the website. And hey, don't forget to check out our YouTube link, where you can check out all the filming that we do right on our YouTube page. Check us out, greenarrowmedia.org.
And welcome back. Thank you for the middle finger, Mr. West. So that little video we ended off on, we have come to a group agreement that probably it was edited. Probably. Not saying that it is. Again, we're sitting here looking at a computer screens. We're not really digging into it, not taking time to pick it apart. But there's some inconsistencies with the video.
Yes.
Now, coming out, I feel like we haven't done this in a minute. I don't know why. Did we do this in the last episode? Did we go around saying, do you believe it or not, and stuff like that?
Well, we haven't really talked about stuff that to believe in.
True. So we'll start it again. I miss doing that with everybody. You know, Mr. West and his nope, stuff like that. Dad, we'll start with you. Dad, what are you doing? Is he eating something? You're eating M&Ms, aren't you?
No.
What did you put in your mouth? That's what she said.
Nothing. I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That you don't put things off the floor in your mouth. How many times do I have to hit you in the nose with a newspaper for you to learn your lesson?
Okay. And what's the question?
Do you believe in any of these weeping statues?
Okay. Do I believe? Yeah. I don't believe
that they are miracles.
Well,
again, it comes with faith. Again,
I'm going to say this, and I'm not really on the fence on this one. But what I am is, I just need to see more proof. You know, people that are in belief of something and that want to see it will see it. Even if there's nothing there, they're going to see it. And I haven't come across enough belief or proof right now. It's not like Fatima, where Fatima was seen by hundreds of thousands of people. Different story. You know, there was 2 suns in the air. It was written down by thousands of people.
Eric's looking confused. You don't know the story of Fatima?
Well, if you don't, look up Fatima and you'll see it. It's a phenomenal story, and it really.
The 3 secrets of Fatima.
That's something we can go into at a later date, but
we tried to remember that. We did that.
Fatima's totally different, than this. Bleeding statues that drip blood or that drip oil. To me,
healing oil.
again, I can rub my arm with healing oil, with oil, and if somebody tells me they got it from a grotto in Fatima, I'm going to believe that, and then all of a sudden, my hand feels better. Okay, I don't want to say I disbelieve any of this stuff.
So you think it's a trick of the mind?
I definitely think some of it is, but I also believe that I want more evidence. I want more proof. You know, you're talking 2015, 2017, 2002. We have cell phone cameras. Everybody has one. You can take your time. You know, again, this picture of the head of Jesus moving. Knowing now after what Wes said and looking for it, I'm seeing it's right there. It's literally right there. So I claim bullshit on that. Am I right? No, I can't say I'm right or wrong, but I don't believe that. If now that was clear and you can see it, yes. It's kind of like UFO footage. Everybody sees UFOs, but you never get a great picture of it. It's always grainy. It's always in the air. It's always far away.
You never get an alien giving you the middle finger.
My point.
That's what I want. If I could get like Stitch or someone like that, just give me a middle finger. I think that would be awesome.
Hey, there he goes.
But that's my
guy that's beat up an
on
alien because he got the finger from it.
No, that would be you. I always see an
That's
alien.
why I said that.
Like there's Josh. Josh is the first motherfucker known to beat up a Martian because the Martian told him to go fuck himself. He was like, "What the fuck did you say? You're not even from our planet. Get the fuck off our planet."
Okay, let's go.
And
so
then
you can beam me upstairs.
Yes, I know you're cold. Good for you.
I'm freezing.
It's not that cold in here. Mr. West.
Can I, Josh? Okay. I'm getting the no from my producer.
Mr. West, your belief in these
this was so
statues.
easy.
In the moving statues?
Yes.
Well, no to pretty much everything but the one that actually weeped oil. Because if
you're talking about the one that said,
do
not be afraid.
Yeah,
if
that one really spoke to that woman and really told her to not be afraid, and that really happened, that one
Well, the one in Canada spoke to the woman too.
Huh? Which one?
The one in Canada spoke to the woman. No, again, you weren't paying attention when I was talking.
Build me a pedestal.
Yeah, that one.
I was paying attention.
I wasn't saying you.
I'm just saying.
But did that one say be not afraid?
No, it said build me a pedestal.
Nah.
Yeah, kind of like that. That reminds me of that movie
That one, nah.
Remember that movie we saw with...
if you say that guy, I'm going to hate you.
I can't think of it.
You know that one movie with that one person?
Negan, the guy who played Negan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, there was a movie he made...
About the Jewish demon?
No, it was about they all went to worship this.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
It wasn't that great. It was okay. Rhodey?
Hell no.
He doesn't believe in any of it.
I'm sorry. You gotta question it. I'm sorry. The last video alone, I picked it apart just after making sure to watch it three or four fucking times.
Okay, so you're saying that all...
So it's like, unless you can give me concrete proof, not fucking edited proof, which is obvious, I'm not even going to sit there and give it a second thought.
What about the ones weeping oil and blood?
This may sound sacrilegious to you, but I'm going to take a hammer to that bitch and open it up and see what the fuck's inside, because I've seen plenty
Eric's shaking his head.
I've seen plenty of shit where they do things like that.
This isn't a haunted house, bro.
No, to trick people. I've seen dozens of things like that. They can easily do microscopic little fucking tubes through the eyes all the way down to the bottom, shove a couple shit in there, and just wait.
Well, do me a favor. Before you smash up the fucking Blessed Virgin Mary.
I'm not going to. That's the same.
Okay. Before you do that, you know what I want you to do? Call a priest in, little dab, and, take a picture. We can put on a mug. It's like, we can still sell it.
I'm not going to do it.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to, in the words of Eric, I don't be fucking with shit, all right? I just don't believe, all right?
No. Hold on.
You don't believe to a point.
Yeah, exactly. If you're so much of you don't believe, so it wouldn't be a problem to you because there's nothing's going to happen if I break a statue. So you wouldn't believe to that. So if you're saying here,
I'm also not stupid enough to risk doing some stupid shit to incur something.
I can hear it now.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I'll give you a
does.
scenario.
You want to know why? Because I don't fucking believe. But if there is a chance that that's real,
that you do
there
believe
really is spiritual. There really is a God, and I, like a dumbass, go and hit it, and then I'm cursed for the rest of my life. I'm not going to do it.
Here, I could just
I'm
see
not
it now.
gonna take
So there is a belief then.
No, I don't believe.
He gets up to the pearly gates.
I'm not taking those chances.
I'm telling you, I'll go back. I'll dig in them episodes, bro. Like I remember this.
Like I said, I don't believe, but I could give an actual fucking proof. And until I get the real fucking proof, guess what? No.
I can't do it. I can't.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm just not stupid enough to try some shit.
But if you're in
I don't
your
believe,
eyes,
but
yeah, if
that's going on a mug.
I don't believe,
Yeah,
but that's you're sitting there.
No,
it's
I
a
don't. You can
contradic-
sit here.
Once you say the word "but," it
I'm talking about
contradicts the
those
statement you said
No,
before.
it doesn't contradict.
Yes, it does.
I've said it before. If you give me fucking proof, then I'll believe. But
How do
till
you
this day,
prove
there's no
spiritual
fucking
shit?
proof. Exactly.
So
That's why I
so
don't
with
fucking
you
believe. Because
with-
I don't feel it. I
Okay,
don't feel any of that.
That's fine. But if you sit
There's
there,
no spirituality
look,
in me in anything.
Look, let's say this book I have in front of me. I could turn around as
If
a
I
priest
sat
and said
there-
that this is a holy Bible, and if you turn around and stab it, something will happen. But if someone who doesn't believe in God won't believe that this book is holy, then you're just going to think it's leather with paper in it. Meaning, if you
First of
stab
all,
it,
I think
nothing
all
will
Bibles.
happen.
Okay, first of all, I think all Bibles are nothing but just leather and paper. 1, 2, I'm never going to believe anything coming from a book because there's thousands of years of translation.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying, things will bad things will happen if you do something to this book. Would
Okay.
you believe that?
No.
Okay, so if you turn around and say, "Look, I can't do it. It's something bad. I will do something bad to it," and you say you burn this book, you think in your mind something bad will happen to you, given the chance if it is real. Because that's what you're
That's
saying.
why I said if there's proof.
You can't prove spirituality.
I'm not talking about spirituality.
That's what it is.
I'm talking about
Belief
believing-
and faith.
No, those are different. I'm talking about God, demons, and shit like that. Spirituality.
First of
You
all,
want to be spiritual.
We have proof of demons. Right?
I'm not saying a word. I'm just waiting to end this fucking show. I want to go down on my legs. I can't feel them.
All right, fair enough.
You
And
can't
that-
feel your legs normally. So
Oh Jesus! All
but
right.
I can see my feet. No, I'm
I
sorry.
can too.
Yeah, okay.
All right, point blank. No, just moving on. Joe, your turn.
Forehead. All right, so we're gonna end this episode here, and we'll get more into this as we go, because I feel like we're gonna definitely have more faith discussions in this.
Yeah, we're gonna be like sponsored by the church soon.
Oh, just imagine that. Well, we can't. You know why?
Why?
Because if they listen to earlier episodes and they hear what Anthony said about the Pope, we can't. Especially with this one, with the fuck the Pope. We can't have that
Yeah,
and be
we'll
sponsored by the
never
Catholic
ever
Church.
be sponsored just because of those two.
Claiming he can forgive sin, bro. Who the fuck he think he is?
Here we go.
He's the Pope. He's the vicar of Christ on earth. Don't you understand? Oh, forget it.
Anywho, we're gonna end this episode here because I feel like in the future of our podcast, especially with
But
this
he's
season,
a human, bro. He's
we're going
man.
to have more
He's not God.
spiritual talk and faith talk. So next week, what was next week's episode? What did we say? It was the disappearance of some broad. Yeah, so we'll talk about that next week.
Pope cannot forgive sin.
And this
bro.
episode right here.
He's not
So,
God.
Black kid went missing. Oh, the media will be all over it.
Okay.
Oh God.
There it is. All right.
Yep.
Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, to me.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see everybody next week. Remember,
Stop
hold
recording.
on. I have to say my tagline. Remember, everybody, always ask the question, is this real? Good night, guys.
That's me.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc or on Twitter at isthisrealpc or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.